Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. It's time to have a little chat about the Bournemouth game that happened yesterday. I'm sure you're all feeling as down as I am about it. It was a terrible performance. It was one of the flattest atmospheres in Stamford Bridge that I can remember. I really can't remember a game feeling so low so early on. I don't know what's happened, but the ground has been so sanitised this season. I know that people's expectation levels are down. I know that people's confidence in the team are down, but there's something else. It really is low and flat in there. So we really do need to address it. Obviously, we lost 1-0, Glenn Murray winner. Fair play to Bournemouth. They won the game, they were pretty decent. It's not one of those, though, where you leave the ground and go, God, weren't they good? It's not like it was at Southampton. When Southampton beat us earlier this season 3-1, they went a goal down. And when we left that ground, I remember speaking to Sophie afterwards, and we sort of took our hat off to Bournemouth. And we said, they played very well, they were worthy winners, and they were fantastic the way that they were moving the ball. That wasn't the case yesterday. Bournemouth weren't brilliant. They were better than us. Of course they were. They were far better than us. But they didn't have to be brilliant. They didn't have to, that's not the best Bournemouth will play this season. And they won. They're a really weakened team at the moment. They've got massive injuries. I think they've got 11 players out. That's a full 11 out. And they managed to beat us at Stamford Bridge. I think that's the first time since 2001 that we have lost to a newly promoted team. So it's the first time that Roman Abramovich has ever witnessed his club lose to a newly promoted team. It's a really bad position to be in. I also had a look at the league table and I sort of deduced that it's impossible now for Chelsea to accrue the same amount of points as last season. We're in December. So if we were to win the rest of the games this season, we still wouldn't amass the 87 points that we got last year. That is a huge shocker. And what most worrying thing is, it's practically the same 11. It's practically the same team that won the league, at Cantor last year. So I think that there's real problems that really do need to be addressed. I think that Mourinho is not solely to blame, but I think that he's complicit in this defeat and this feeling around the club. But it needs to be addressed. And the fact that Mourinho's come out now and said that we're not going to sign anyone is just madness. And I really hope that it's not the case. I really hope that he's lulling the press in and, saying what he needs to say in order to hopefully get the best price for the players. But we really do need some additions. The fact that certain players are still getting in the starting lineup is a travesty and an embarrassment. And we need rejuvenation. The fact that Cesc Fabregas starts for Chelsea is a disgrace. The fact that he can play for Chelsea yesterday after that performance at White Hart Lane is an outrage. So we really do need to have a think about what's going on there. The fact that Baba Rahman is a Chelsea player is bad, I think. The fact that Branislav Ivanovic gets in the current team is just not good enough. The list is endless. And it's so low and it's so flat and the ground is so flat. And I know that that's how the fans are feeling, which is weird because if we go back in time 24 hours, there was a bit of optimism about the place. When I arrived at Fulham Broadway yesterday before the game, people seemed to be on the up. We got a credible point last week against Tottenham. It wasn't earth-shattering, but it was a good point. And a point that we could be quite proud of. We hadn't conceded a goal for a long time, which was obviously good news. And it felt like we could be on the up. We got a massive game against Porto. I think people were just hopeful yesterday that we could do a professional performance against Bournemouth and go into that game against Porto. There's no guarantees that we are going to be in the Champions League come Wednesday night. It's really worrying. And that's the first time this season that Bournemouth haven't conceded a goal away from home. How has that happened at Stamford Bridge? It really is bad. And I think all the points that I've mentioned here really do need to be addressed. I think Diego Costa is a real problem. He didn't start. He had the issues last week. I felt that he would start yesterday. He didn't. And when he came on, you saw why. Mourinho got it spot on. We came on and got booked. It's about his contribution, I think. Nice to see Thibaut Courtois back, but I think he made some good saves. But equally, I think he was responsible for their goal, or at least at fault for their goal, despite being offside. Yeah, not a good day. But please do me a favour, comment below and let me know about what you think about the points that I've raised here, because I really don't know what the answers are. Go on, you Blues.